base cabinets done, and now I want to build the wall cabinets. I'm not going to record a lot of the process of me building the wall cabinets because it's basically the same steps that I took for the base cabinets. But I want to share with you kind of what the cabinets are going to look like. So I drew up this little diagram here to show you that not all of them, but most of the wall cabinets are going to be 780 millimeters in finished height. That's the face frame. And that's roughly a 30-inch tall wall cabinet. And the finished depth for all the cabinets is going to be 305 millimeters. That's from the back of the cabinet box to the front of the face frame. And that's a 12-inch cabinet. You can't make them any deeper than that because there's a soffit going around the perimeter of the kitchen, and if I make them any deeper, then the cabinet's going to be proud of the soffit, and that's not going to look right. And just like with the base cabinets, I'm going to have a 5 millimeter dado along the sides and the tops and the bottoms to accept the back panel, and I'll have a 19 millimeter cleat or a nailer to help me secure the cabinet to the wall. Now my face frame on the top and the bottom is going to overhang the box itself. On the top of the box, the face frame is going to overhang about 20 millimeters. That way when I go to put the cabinet in place, I can scribe the top of that face frame to get a nice clean tight fit against the ceiling. And then down at the bottom, my face frame is going to overhang the box on the bottom by about 24 millimeters. That way if any under the cabinet lighting is installed, all that will be hidden by the face frame. Now with the finished height here of 780 millimeters, that's going to lead me to a 704 millimeter door, which is a true 32 number. So I'll be able to use the Festool LR32 system more efficiently. I won't have to move the rail from the top of the door to the bottom of the door when I go to drill out the cup hole hinges. So this is basically what the cabinets are going to look like. The first thing I'm going to do is rip my sheets of plywood to 286 millimeters. All the cabinets, the sides and the width of all the cabinets is going to be 86 millimeters. The only difference, the only thing that's going to change will be the 736 number, because not all the cabinets are going to be 30 inches tall or 780 millimeters, because I got a cabinet that needs to go over the refrigerator and a cabinet that needs to go over the stove. So those are going to be a little shorter. But this is basically what the upper cabinets are going to look like. Well, here's my pantry that I built. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because if you watched my pantry video, I want this top door of my pantry to be the same as the wall cabinets. So basically what you see here in this pantry is what I'm going to do for the wall cabinets that are 780 millimeters high. You can see in the top that I'm going to have that extra 20 millimeters of face frame material to scribe to the ceiling if I need to. And basically from here up, that is the wall cabinet. So everything will be nice and smooth, and this door line will flow around the kitchen. Just wanted to show you a couple of things about the base cabinets here. This cabinet here has two doors on it, okay? But I didn't want to put a center stile down the middle and divide it in case there's anything big that needed to go in. So what I've done is I've just taken some mahogany, planed it down to about 12 millimeters, and then attached it to a door. So when it's closed, it looks like there's a center stile. And just to show you that, this cabinet has two drawers that are the soft close. And here's the sink base, and especially with the sink base, I wanted to make sure that I had enough room to get underneath there to hook up the plumbing, because I'm going to be the guy doing it. So again, I made sure that I attached the stile to one of the doors. The other thing about the sink base is it has these little pull down drawer fronts that have those little plastic trays in the top of them. Well, I want to share one more thing with you guys. In the kitchen there's a peninsula, and that means that the front of the cabinet and the back of the cabinet can be seen, as well as the one end. And this is the end of the peninsula cabinet. So what I've done was I've taken some 5mm or 1/4" mahogany plywood, and I simply glued it to a piece of 18mm unfinished plywood. So what that does is now that finishes off the side of the box so you don't see the pre-finished plywood and everything matches. So what that means, since there's a peninsula, is I needed to make the front and the back of the cabinets look the same. So this is the actual back of the cabinet. Where I'm sitting or standing right here right now is where a table's going to go. So this is what you're going to see when you're sitting there eating your breakfast or dinner. And this is the functional part of the cabinet. This is the part that goes into the actual kitchen itself. So now that you've seen the base cabinets, it's time for me to rock and roll on these wall cabinets. Well, I made that cut and I got dust. So that can only mean one thing. My bag's full.